Alrighty, so this is my second time ever going live and doing this thing, so we're gonna see how it goes. Maybe the first time was just my fluke, but we don't know. Anyway, I'm Carrie Lynn. Thank you for joining me. This is just a little host decision matrix dive into, and today we're gonna go into Hamilton, Ontario. So we've got a family who has submitted some little things, and so let's see what's cooking out there. Last video I kind of just did my little rock and roll through Edmonton. This time I picked a couple of houses to kind of go through and just go through and see different scenarios, and I found 6. So we're going to potentially go through 3. We'll see. Anyway, the whole idea behind this, of course, is making sure that you're using logic and reason to make decisions that I know are emotional. It is a home. However, you want to be making sure that you're making those decisions and you're not just going to see anything that's on the market, that you're really using your time, which is your most valuable asset, to your advantage. So I've built this decision matrix and we're going to dive into it today. So today, let me just check. So today we've got somebody who they've got about $15,000 for their total down payment, and they can afford about $2,500 a month. So yeah, let's see what we can do for them in Hamilton, Ontario. Alrighty, and then they also they said that the nearest landmark was the TD Coliseum. So I've only been to Hamilton a couple times, not to that place specifically, but we'll see what is going on over there. Alrighty, so let's jump in. So first of all, this is the home decision matrix template. I'm just going to jump right into this tool. Alrighty, so our target monthly payment, as we said, was $2,500. Total down payment that they've got is $15,000. They didn't say anything about a renovation budget, so I've just left that blank. Mortgage rate, I did just take a look and see end of February 2026. It was around that 4, but I always like to be conservative in case you get there and it's not what you wanted. So 4.3 today. Alrighty, so my family here, they've got 1 child, 2 cats, and it doesn't sound like they're planning for more children, but you never know. So anyway, so let's go into this decision matrix and fix it up a little bit, because last time we just kind of dove right in, but this time, you know what? Things are going to change a bit. So let's actually start from the very bottom. So AC centralized. They didn't say anything about AC being centralized, so I'm going to give that a 0, and I'm actually going to remove it. I'm going to say empty slot. Okay. Appliances. I definitely am going to keep the appliances because new appliances are better, obviously, or else it adds costs. They have 2 pets, so definitely allows pets. Neighborhood fit, values, and low crime, I'm going to keep. Commute time, 15 minutes or less. They said where they work, and they also mentioned that they have 1 car, so I'm going to keep commute time in there. Close to walking trails. You know what? They didn't really say anything about walking trails. They do have a child, but they don't have a dog or anything. They've just got cats. So I'm probably going to keep it, but I'm going to drop it down maybe to 1%. You know what? AC centralized. It's getting hotter every day. Let's just keep it, but let's bring it down to 1%. You know. Okay. Ensuite. They didn't mention anything about an ensuite, but if they have one, amazing. Especially with a little bub. So kitchen. I'm going to keep it as kitchen open plan with storage. Child friendly. They have a baby, so I'm guessing that they're going to have to deal with school and or parks very soon. I'm not guessing. I know from facts. Anyway, okay, so 3 bedrooms and 3 bathrooms. I think that's overkill for this family. So let's do 2 plus bedrooms and then 1 plus bathrooms. And so I just updated it here, but now we have to go into, I call these my, what do I call them? I now just forgot what I call them. Anyway, they're like my cheat sheets. We'll call them that. So Let's do 2+ bedrooms is 100, and let's just say 1 bedroom is 0, and we'll just remove the 50 from there. Actually, we could do 1 bedroom, because imagine having a studio. A studio would definitely be 0. Okay, bathrooms, we're going to do the same thing. So 1+ bathrooms is going to be 100, and you can't not have a bathroom. So we're going to 1 bathroom is 50. Okay, no bathroom. Sure, let's add that in there. I don't know. Anyway, okay. Okay, so that's good. Okay, parking situation, they only have 1 car. So 1 car, I'm just going to add that in there. Okay, let's go over to our parking situation here. Okay, so garage, 2-car garage, they don't need that, you know? So garage, 1 car, yeah, that probably sounds about right. So let's bring that over here. Parking pad, street parking, no parking being 0. And maybe let's actually keep street parking there. And then let's maybe do parking lot as a 50, okay? This is owned parking pad. Oh no. Okay, parking pad, parking lot, street parking, no parking, 1 car garage. Okay. Alrighty, so we've fixed that section. Fenced backyard. I mean, it'd be nice because they have a child. Maybe we'll just call this outdoor space, because maybe there's a balcony in their future. I'm not sure, but if they have cats, then that is that. Again, remember, when you're submitting this kind of stuff, please be as clear and as focused as you can be, and then I can do a better job. So let's do has a backyard, has a balcony, and then we have no yard. Okay. Okay, stress test for mortgage rate increase. So this, now we're starting to get up to those higher percentages, right? So stress test for mortgage, that means in 5 years when your mortgage rate potentially goes up, potentially goes down. We all wish it goes down, right? Well, some of us wish it goes down. But anyway, so whatever way it goes up or down, we want to make sure that you can still afford the person can still afford their monthly payment. So I've got that there. Affordable monthly renovation budget. Right now it's $0, so it better have like no renovations, or we're gonna lose 9 points. Affordable monthly payment, 15%, affordable down payment, and closing costs. Because remember, we never buy something we can't afford, even if it's beautiful, even if you think, oh yeah, in 2 years I'm definitely gonna have a higher paying job. That's nice. In 2 years, when you do have that higher paying job, congratulations, number 1. But number 2, then you can start looking for a house. Okay. Alrighty, so now you can see down here that we are at 97. 97, so we have 3 percentages left to kind of like allocate. So you know what? Because, alrighty, let's look to see, you know what? Let's just throw them on top of the affordable. We'll put this one up to, let's say, 16%. And we took centralized away, so let's put 2% here. And let's do 3% for neighborhood fit. Okay, now we're at 100%. Again, I do have empty slots here, so you could fill it whatever you wanted, but that is that. So now we're ready to jump in. So let me pull up our good old realtor.ca. I'm obviously unaffiliated because that would be wild bananas. Okay. Alrighty, so now you can see here. Let me just figure out why that's being silly. You know what? Yeah, sure. Okay. Maybe I'll just zoom in on this and see if that made it better. It made it kind of better. Okay. Okay, let's dive into realtor.ca and see what it goes. I wonder how I can make that better. I don't know. If anybody has any suggestions on Restream, you just let me know. Okay, so Hamilton, we know that Hamilton is Hamilton, Ontario. Okay, so here it is. So look at all these options. These are very nice to look at. So very good, very good. Okay, so filter, we're going to, if you never use this, definitely use it. So baths, we're going to say 1+, and our beds are going to be 2+. Search. And it looks like we actually have quite a few options. However, when you think about the down payment, alrighty, if you actually come over here to the home decision matrix, I'm just gonna pull up property right here. Okay, so I just want to show you kind of how to think about this. So if I had something that we all know that the lowest percentage that you can put towards a mortgage is 5%. Okay, so 5%. So let's say we wanted a $450,000 house. Okay. Number one, the down payment is $22,000. That's not even with your closing costs. Okay, closing costs, that's like lawyers and titles and all that kind of stuff. So that's not going to work. Okay, so what about $350,000? Okay, we're getting closer to $15,000, but we're not quite there yet. And again, remember, we're at our 5% down, right? So, and the other side is that when you're at that 5% down, you have to pay mortgage insurance on top of that. So if you can see here, the closing actually gets up to $24,000 on that. Okay, so let's drop it one more time. So 300,000. Okay, so we're getting closer, but again, still, that's way too high. That's way too high. So let's see what does 250 give us. Okay, but look, we're still too high because we've got that 14%, or 14%, we've got that 4% here. So if we drop it all the way down again, okay, 200,000, we finally cracked how much they actually have to pay, to play with as a total down payment, which honestly, it really like sloop, brings us down, you know? And I wouldn't say it sobers us up, but it sobers us up. So doing this math, now we can see that our top is probably going to be 200,000 because that's already pretty close, and you never know what you're going to have to find, you know, like there's some weird stuff going on out there. So, okay, so our max price is 200,000. So let's do a little search here. Okay, it has tightened up quite considerably, right? So now we start our shop. So first things first, we scroll nice and close in because I believe it's somewhere around here. So let's just see what is happening here. This $200,000. So basically the first part is just trying to find something, right? I did take a look at this one. Let me just share this tab instead. Let me just check to make sure you can still see it. Okay. I did take a look at this one before we got onto this call, and it is they don't even have additional pictures, and they basically just say, bring your contractor and unlock the full potential. That tells me too much work for a $0 renovation budget. Okay, so let's go back to searching. Okay, so there's literally nothing. There's literally nothing based on our filters. And I mean, this is $1, but it's not $1. It's not $1. So now we have to zoom out a little bit. Okay, we're starting to see some stuff maybe. Let's go and see. Okay. That could be interesting. Let's open that one. This looks like an RV. That looks like the one we just opened. $1 again, classic. Only paying for parking for $15,000. Holy macaroni. Okay, there's this one. So we've got 2 so far. Anything in St. Catharines? Let's check. Okay. You know what? Let's just take a look because honestly, there's really not much. And I'm feeling bad for everybody who's living over there because there really isn't very much to pick from. Holy macaroni. Okay. Sorry. That's kind of shocking. Yeah, sorry about that. That is not what we love to see from having opportunity, you know? Okay, but first things first, let's start 107 Rodeo Road. Let's get our little brain back going. And so now I am in property 1, and let's play. Let's play this game. I don't know why I picked that. This is the price I needed. Okay, let me just give myself a little split tab here so that I can actually see what's going on. And then of course I just wrecked my screen. Ugh. Okay, can you see that okay? It looks like it. Okay, I'll just really make sure I'm working small sections at a time. Okay, so first of all, okay, so we have 195,900, so we like that. Look at that, down payment under our 15,000. And if we scroll over here to our total, 13,700, amazing. So honestly, actually, before we play too much with down payment, no, actually it should be fine. So let's play. So 7%, okay, we're getting closer to that 15. So what if we did 8%? Ooh, 7.5%. Okay, 7.5%. And again, the more you put down means that the lower that the actual loan is. And sometimes it's good, sometimes it's not good. The way I have my mortgage calculator is that the insurance has certain thresholds. It's a little bit more relaxed when you actually go, but 4% is the most you could potentially have to pay. And I believe it flips over at 10% or something like that. Anyway, that's why you get a mortgage broker. Okay, so I always put my little realtor link in there. Okay, so first of all, let's get and see if they've got any okay, sorry, I just saw something. Let me just read this really quick. And double wide. Okay, need an office. Sorry, I just saw that it has a book your private viewing of this fantastic offering in the wonderful growing community of the Ponderosa Nature Nudist Resort. You know what? Does that mean that it is part of that? You know what? I don't know. So I don't even know if I feel comfortable reviewing this one with a little baby in tow. So just give me a second. That is great. I just love. Okay, we're gonna try this. We're gonna do this one instead. Oh my goodness. That's a little red in the cheeks there. My goodness. Okay, so instead we're gonna remove that one from my list because my goodness. Okay. Okay. So let's focus back on here. Okay, so 19, so for a condo, okay? So again, 7.5%, it does push us over that down payment, so let's bring us down. Okay, so that's better, 5%, maybe 6%, nope, 5.5%, okay, perfect. Just to see down, to make sure we're below that down payment, okay. Let's pick up the pace here, Carolyn, we're not here all day. So property taxes, annual property taxes is 2,300, and do they have any fees? Because it is okay. So the maintenance fees are included as well. Okay, so then that is that, and blah 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 blah. Great. And we're missing this one for some reason. I thought so. It was looking too cheap. Okay. And so now Okay. Okay. Sorry. So that just that totally got me all weird. Okay. Distracted much. Okay, let's go back to here. Okay, so now, so yes, we are under the affordable down payment. Great. We are under the affordable monthly payment, so that's awesome. We don't know if there's any renovations yet. And the stress test, if you scroll all the way over, sorry, over here, you'll see that in 5 years, this is what we'll have remaining. And if we increase the mortgage rate by 2.5%, the new monthly payment is $1,400, which is still underneath our $2,500 goal. So that's great. Okay. Alrighty, let's go through this. So first of all, 1 bedroom plus den. Okay. Actually, before we start there, outdoor space. Is there any outdoor space? I'm not seeing any outdoor space other than the roof has a roof garden. So like kind of. What did we have? That's that's a tough one. So outdoor space, that was backyard, has a balcony, no yard. Okay, I'm gonna give it a 50 because it kind of counts as a backyard. Okay, parking situation. Is there any parking? Let's check. Parking, underground, garage, and it comes with 1 parking stall. Yay! And it's underground, which basically is a garage. So we're going to give it actually 100. That's excellent. Okay, 2 plus bedrooms. This one is a 1 bedroom plus den. So let's take a look and see what that actually means for these people. So that's nice. Oh, that's what it was. Okay, so this is the den. So it looks like there's a window right here, and it looks like there's a door, because I can see a little door stop right there. Let me just make sure that you can see that. Okay, you can. Okay, so it's not a true 2 bedroom. It's more of like a 1 bedroom veering on 2 bedrooms. So you know what? I'm gonna give it a 75. 75. And then 1 bathroom. Let me look. Yeah. So see, that would be the den. Okay. You know, I'm not even seeing the bedroom. Or is that the bedroom? No, this looks like the bedroom. That one you might want to walk through because not entirely sure. 1 bedroom and 1. Okay, you'll want to take a look. Okay, 1 bathroom. We didn't actually see what the bathroom looked like, but we do know that there is 1 bathroom. So we're going to give it 100. Okay, open plan kitchen. Let's check. So this is our best view of it. It's basically just 1 long line. And I mean, you can see the main area here. I'm guessing that it's right over here. So you can see, yeah, this looks like the living room. Anyway, excuse me. You can see that. So I'm going to give it open plan, open storage. Not really. I would say maybe it's a 50 open plan. And you know what? Now that I'm looking at it a little bit more, sorry, right in the green. I'm actually going to give it a 50 because I'm not seeing where this den is. And now, you know, some people can be like, oh, this is a den. And it's like literally a closet. So I'm going to give it a 50 and you'll have to check that if you decide to walk it. And I can't tell if there's an ensuite or not. Let's check ensuite. No, so I'm going to give it a 0 for ensuite. We're going to switch over to the map here to check these other things. Allows pets. Let's check. Oh no, pets allowed with restrictions. Okay, so 2 cats is going to be fine. Appliances all new, and it did say that the property does have these these appliances. I don't know if they're new, but I'm guessing it's relatively new. I'm actually not seeing when it was built. It looks relatively new. So, okay, so let's give it 100 because I doubt you'll have to replace any of those appliances. AC centralized, and it does say that there is central air conditioning, so we'll give it 100%. Okay, now let's jump and let's grab this address, because we're now going to jump into the map view. Okay, so share this tab instead. Let's see, did that work for you guys? It did. Okay. Okay, so step 1, child-friendly neighborhood. So first of all, let's see TD Coliseum, directions to this street. Yeah, if you walk it, it's going to take a long time. 29 minutes to drive. And I do like to make it realistic. So arrive by, let's say you started working at 9 a.m. So typically 30 to 55 minutes. Holy frilly lollyhead. Okay, so commute time. Is it 15 minutes or less? Definitely not. Let's go and look and see. Is 30 plus minutes. It's definitely 30 plus minutes, so it's going to be a 0. Sorry about that. Okay, now let's go and look a little bit closer. Excuse you. Okay, so this is where it is in this building. Okay, so let's look to see. I do see that there's a nice park right in front of it, so that's kind of nice. Like literally right in front of it. Oh, and there's another one right here. Oh, and there's another one right here. Ah, it's actually pretty nicely located, at least with parks and everything. So, oh, and there's a nice walking trail with the river right here. Very nice, very nice, very nice. Okay. So close to walking trails, I'm going to definitely give it 100%. Okay, what's the next thing we're looking for? We're looking for child friendly. Okay, so now let's check playground. And let's see. Is it actually giving me any playgrounds, or is it just showing me restaurants? Okay, let's go elementary school. Oh my goodness. Okay, so we've got an academy here, we've got an immersion here, Central Public School, probably the closest that we'll have. I don't even see a playground on there. Oh, maybe it's over here. Oh yeah, there it is, kind of. Okay. Alrighty, well, I'm gonna say that it's definitely not close because it's a 2-minute drive, a 12-minute walk. Okay, so 8 minutes or less to the school, 11 plus minutes to walk, and that's going to be a 0. So we're going to give that a 0. Okay, and then is there anything else? Just neighborhood fit and values and that kind of stuff. So the nice thing is that there is like some amenities up at the top. So that's actually like honestly really great. So it kind of makes up for being in an apartment, at least from my side. Values and low crime. It does look like it's pretty busy, but there is lots of green space around. So that's okay for my values. Now let's look at the crime rate. I'm not going to show this crime rate screen. You can look it up yourself. That's communitycrimemap.com. Just because things change so often, and you know, it's not overly fair to pigeonhole something in a video like this. And apparently it's not listening at all to my directions. So, hello, Brantford. Okay, well, according to this, there's no crime at all. So, okay, well, I'm not going to work too hard to find crime. So I'm going to give it 100%. And there you go. Okay, so this, all in all, after everything, it got an 85.5. On the matrix, you'll see down here, 85.5. I bought houses for 76. So that's pretty good. Okay, let's dive into the next one. Okay, so we just did that one. Okay, let's try this one. Sure. Okay, let me just share this tab instead. And I'm going to separate those views, and I'm going to split with this one. And I did it the wrong way. I'm going to reset that. Okay, let's go. So this one, I'm just going to check to make sure you're seeing what I'm seeing. Yes, okay, you are. Alrighty, so why am I picking this one? Look at this price. It's so reasonable, I guess. But I guess first of all, we'll see if it's actually reasonable. So let's go. So 99.9. Okay. So purchase price, oh no, 99.9. Always remember the realtor link so you don't forget, and then you have to like walk around trying to find it again. Okay, our down payment 5%. Definitely can afford that. Look at that beautiful number here. Okay, so let's actually push it up a little bit higher. So we've got 10%. Oh my gosh. And do you see the mortgage insurance dropped? Nice. 12%. Ooh, 13%. Okay, so 13%. That's pretty good actually. So that's awesome. So that's good. And then we're going to come down here. It says 0 annual property taxes. Okay, that doesn't seem right. Fees. Okay. Something's definitely fishy because you always have property taxes and you always, this is looks like a mobile home. So you definitely will have renting, like you rent the space, right? So yeah, so see, so enjoy affordable year-round living and a low monthly pad fee that is conveniently includes property taxes, water, garbage collection, snow removal, and ongoing park maintenance. That's very nice. What is that fee? So you know what? I'm gonna just say that it's probably gonna be around $500. Excuse me. Actually, it's probably gonna be higher than that if it includes all those things. I'm gonna put it at 800. Just because I'm not entirely sure, and I don't know why they didn't print that, but that'd be a question for the realtor immediately. So even if it's $800, down here, total monthly cost is $556. That is well below our target monthly, so that's great. And so yeah, that's probably actually much higher than that, but we can only guess what we can guess. So that's that. So that gets us 100%, 100%, 100%, 100%. Well, first of all, let's see what this affordable monthly renovations look like. So first of all, this is a trailer. A lot of people just love living in mobile home parks, and a lot of people don't like it. So it really depends on what you want. As you can see, the affordability is you can't beat it. The only problem is that when you go to sell, you're not really going to see any kind of appreciation really. So if you're buying it based on appreciation, I might steer away from mobile home, but the communities that are created in mobile park communities can be like the neighbors you read about and you hear about on TV and everything, like the really good stuff. So anyway, enough about that. Let's just see what's cooking here. Okay, so honestly, it actually looks pretty good. Yeah, the kitchen's nice and clean. Yeah, the layout's nice and open. Yeah, it's cozy, you know, wood paneling. You can kind of get that like chic kind of what is that, postmodern vibe, you know, a little bit of grandma's basement kind of looking. I mean, the bathroom's nice and big, and there's even a tub. Again, the last one we didn't even see if there was a tub, and that's important for little ones. They're using one for like one of the rooms as a storage room. It looks like there's kind of an external kind of crawl space because there's a freezer here and you can see the insulation and all that. They probably built it on afterwards. Nice sink. Yeah, honestly, it's decent, man. It's decent. So, alrighty, let's look at outdoor space. I do see this fence here, and I wonder if that's actually part of the so highly motivated. Nice. Okay. Alrighty, so I'm gonna say that is actually a backyard, so that's great for a kiddo. So it has a backyard, 100%. Okay, what's next? Parking situation. It looks like they have a private parking situation. It's not covered, but it is a private parking pad for them. So I'm gonna give it a 75. Is it a 2-bedroom? Let's look. It's 2-bedroom, 1 bath. So yep, it's a 2-bed. What did we say that we liked? We said 2-bed is 100 and 1 bath is 100. Okay. So 100, 100, 100. We did like the kitchen. The kitchen is relatively open. I wouldn't say there's an island and I wouldn't say it's amazing with space, but it is open. So we'll give it a 50. There is no ensuite. We're going to take a look at this after we look at allows pets. I mean, it's your own home, so it will. Appliances. They look like they're actually in pretty good shape, honestly. I didn't see a laundry. Let's look to see if they've got laundry. Okay, so heat, dryer, stove, washer, refrigerator. Okay. Honestly, okay. I doubt they're all new, however. So I'm going to give it a 50. This says 1 to 2 appliances need to be replaced. That's just kind of giving us like a ballpark of like one day maybe. Well, not one day maybe. One day in the future, yes. And then AC centralized, it says that there is no heating and cooling. So, okay, now let's take a look and see what the view of the neighborhood looks like. Dun 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 dun. Okay. Nope. St. Catharines, right? That's where it was. Yes. Okay, and now remember that they work in and around the TD Coliseum in Hamilton. Okay, so it's a 45-minute drive. Let's see if they want to arrive by 9 a.m. Typically 40 minutes to 1 hour. Okay, so it gets a 0. Okay, so are you close to walking trails? Let's take a look. Okay, I need to just remove all these things so that I can actually see what I'm looking at. Okay. Okay, so it does look like there's a skate park. That's kind of cool. Ooh, Tim Hortons is nice and close. Kiwanis Field, so I'm guessing this is a sports center. That's kind of handy. And it looks like there's a track down here. And it's an academy. I'm not sure if there's a playground. Oh, elementary. Elementary! But the playground is behind a wall. Sad. Okay. Playgrounds. Let me just look. Playground. I think what I'm discovering is that, okay, so Vintage Park is a playground. Okay. Is there anybody else down here? Westland Park. Is this has playground I've seen? Okay. We're going to pretend that we're going to walk here. And it's a 19-minute walk or 2-minute drive. So that is definitely too far. For me, like not child friendly, definitely not. And then close to walking trails, not really. I'm not really seeing a whole lot. Like I'm seeing a little bit here, but actually it's kind of nice down in here, but I doubt it'll be fast to get here because you have to go all the way through, and this is an empty field. So it's also going to get a 0 for walking trails, and then neighborhood fit. So again, that's what I was talking about. Does it fit? Does a mobile home park fit your values, fit the low crime looking for low crime? Let's take a look and see if my map suddenly decided to wake itself up. I doubt it. Are you going to give me anything? Body shop fitness. That's what it gives me. That's very good. Okay. I don't know why this is not working. Okay. St. Catharines crime map. And it's giving me nothing useful. Okay. Okay, here we go. Okay, so the area in question that we're looking at is actually very low crime, according to this map. That was very specifically, there's definitely dots in other areas. So the crime is very low. Great. So low crime, and does it fit the values? I'm not sure, but I'm going to give it a 50 because it is low crime. Alrighty, so down here, so already we're starting to see how this matrix is working. So 83.5 is what this property got, as opposed to 85.5, which is what that other property got. So yeah, it's just interesting, right? It's interesting to see how different properties are rated. Okay, so now let's go and be a little wild. And let's see, we already kind of did one of those. We already did that. We could see, let's just see, you know what? I'm not gonna make any, I'm gonna keep it interesting, even just for myself, because I'm the only one watching this right now, but that's okay. Let's check. Okay, sharing. Can I use my brain? There we go. This is the one. I know I've been working on this for a while and my brain's just silly. Okay, let's check this one. Interesting. 280. So I'm at property 3. Let's look. So purchase price 280. Realtor link. There's that one. 5%. And we go over that total down payment capacity. And my number one rule: do not, under any circumstances, buy something you can't afford. That's just the way it is. So even though it's beautiful, we can't. So let's keep looking. Okay, well, that's kind of sad. Okay, maybe let's do this one. You know what? Yeah, let's do this one. Okay, so this one, I'm going to share this tab instead. Sorry about that. Beautiful condo, but you're just not cut out for the world. Because again, it's going to drop us at least 25%. And again, honestly, if you get a 0 right here, I don't even want you to do it because you can't afford it. And now you're just dreaming. And you know what? If you're going to find a better job or whatever your plan was, go for it. But do that after, you know? You don't want to be house broke and then dealing with that. So, okay. Oh my goodness. I thought this was going to work and it doesn't, because look at that, 5% down. You'd think it would work with the closing costs. Nope. mortgage insurance plus that, and then plus those closing costs, and it pushes us over. Pushes us over. You know what? It's just driving me to do. We're going to do this one. I already did that one. Look at us. We're just cruising. We're cruising, not because it's a, okay. I'm actually going to do, is that even going to work? Let's look. I'm just proving to myself that maybe I need to prep a little bit faster here so that I'm not wasting your time. Oh my gosh. Okay, so let's try this one. Is this one a possibility for us? No, definitely not. Okay. Okay. I didn't want to do this one, but no, that one's also not going to work. Okay, let's try this one. Oh my goodness. And if not, we're gonna have to go back to the realtor map. We're gonna have to go back to the realtor map. No. God. Look at this. $330 over. Back to the map we go. Back to the map. Back to the map. Back to the map we go. Okay, we're back. Hello, map. Don't look at this one. That's the nudist colony. Unless you want that, then definitely go check that out. Okay, so let's see a little bit further down here. Does anything show up? What is this? That kind of looks nice, doesn't it? There's two. Again, a couple of mobile homes, but honestly, at this point, that looks like what it's going to have to be, you know? Oh yeah, I don't want to touch anything in cottage country because often it's 3-season condos, and oh, huh? Let me just read through this really fast. I'm going to share this screen with you. Basically, I'm looking at, oh yeah, see, the perfect move-in ready unit suitable for a trailer park of your choice. So it actually doesn't come with the land. So that, no. So yeah, anyway, that's kind of what I was talking about. It was like, I am just like a little bit sad because I can't believe how little opportunity there is out here. Okay, secondary. Okay, and then this one too that I just pulled. You have to move it to your own place. Okay. Okay, let's look into here again. We've got 170 and 185. 170, 3-season cottage. That's what I was talking about. I don't know why. 2-bedroom, 2-bath. It's been on the market for a year. That always tells me some funky things are going on there. Port Kowloon, let's see. Okay, you know what? Let's do this one since we're running out of time here. And I just picked a random. What did I do? What happened here? 2 seconds. I have to separate these views, and that was too much. That was okay. And then I'm going to, sorry about this. That's just, okay. Now I'm back. Alrighty, are we sharing? Are you seeing this? Yes, you are. Okay, let's go. Okay, so 199. Let's see. Is it finally gonna get there? Okay. Whew, we finally found one. Oh my gosh. That was a solid struggle. I don't know why I went down there. Okay. 6%. Nope. 5.5. Yep. As close as it's gonna be. Wow, that was a struggle and a half here. Because I won't, even for $300, I won't go beyond. I know there's some shows or whatever you want to call them that are like, oh, but like, why don't you just like find a couple more dollars? And you're like, no, this is how much I have. If I had more, I would have said, Anyway, I'm chill. I don't see no other fees. Yeah, buddy. Okay, so property taxes, 12. That brings us to monthly of 12 and under our thing. So we get 100%. Yay! And stress test for mortgage rate increase, and that passes with flying colors as well. Phew. Okay, however, I don't know if you can see it, but I can see it in these pictures. The first thing you see, there's going to be some renovations. So that's immediately going to knock at least 9% off. So, but first, let's go and check. So first things first, I believe it's this side. So you do share a wall, and pretty kind of cute little house, hey? So it does have flooring. It definitely could use a retouch of that flooring, but really it's this area. Like, oof, those cabinets look like they're doing pretty good, but this wall definitely looks like it's going to need like a refresh paint. And the flooring is looking like it needs a little bit of help. So I'm going to say yes, the flooring definitely needs, and there definitely needs to be some paint going on. But other than that, like, it's not like the most beautiful thing I've ever seen, obviously. But it's workable, like it's something that you can grow into and casually over the years fix up and everything. I'm not seeing any big leaks. Like, I didn't even show you guys some of the big leak stuff that I saw before. I know, shocker. This is me after I tried to find some for this. Yeah, but look at this flooring. We're gonna need to change that flooring out. My gosh. Yeah, but it does look like there's a nice little deck and everything. Not that you can really tell because it's covered in snow, but 'tis what we live with. Yeah, look at that. There's like a backyard and everything. Okay, so now we know. So, okay, so see, is it affordable? No, because every month, if you're doing 2.5 years to finish everything, you'd have to put away $286. However, if you look at these two, that sum is actually under the monthly allowance. So I'm not saying there's flexibility there, but I'm saying there's flexibility there. So outdoor space, yes, it has a patio and it has a backyard, so that's great. Let's look at what the parking situation is here. Parking. So 3. I don't know how they can do 3. Oh no, we don't want that. I mean, if you want to watch the video, go for it. I guess this kind of looks like they've parked, so it must be a private pad right here. Okay, private pad, great. Again, you'll check all this stuff with when you go walk it, but parking pad 75. Okay, 2+ bedrooms. It says it has 3. Okay, let's look. 4-piece bathroom, private deck, 2 storage sheds. I don't know if you can live in one of those. 2 bright bathrooms with closets. I'm not seeing. Okay, main floor features a cozy living room and a bedroom, and then 2 bright. Oh, wow. So we're going to give it 100% because it actually has 3. And then it has 1 bathroom, so that's okay. That's what we needed. Okay, so then the kitchen. Let's look at what the kitchen looks like. Oh, we already know what the kitchen looks like. It's open. No, it's closed. And why do I say that? There's a door here, and there's an entrance here. So if a kid's playing, there's no way you're seeing that kid doing anything. So I'm going to say it's closed. And what did we say over here? We said kitchen closed to 0. Sorry, what a kitchen. Ensuite, there's no ensuite. We're going to look at the map later. Allows pets. I mean, it's your own home, so yes, it does. Appliances. You're going to need to buy appliances, so that's kind of sucky, but it's well below your monthly, so that's a good thing. So coming down here, 3+ appliances needed. I'm going to go to 0. AC centralized. There's no AC. Okay, let's jump into the maps. Okay. There you go. Excellent. Okay. So first of all, let me just grab this. Grab this thing. Dun, 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 dun. Oh my goodness. TD. You know, everything looks so close when you're on the map, and then when you actually zoom out, it's like really not that close. Okay, so typically an hour and 5 minutes to an hour and a half. That's 0. Definitely 0. That's terrible. That's a find a new job kind of level. Okay. But let's go look to see what else there is in here. And again, it's all about what are you willing, you know, because it's like, I'll show you after. Okay, so this is where the house is. Wow, look at how close it is to like the marina. That's kind of cool. Anyway, there's lots of, I wouldn't call them, I mean, these are walking trails. That's kind of cool. Alrighty, let's see. How far is it to this parking lot? Nickel Beach parking lot. Directions to Nickel Beach parking lot. 5-minute walk. Bro, you're 5-minute walk to the beach. That's kind of cool. A little splash town invade. That's cool. Okay, so that's actually kind of nice. So that's 5 minutes. So actually it gets 100%. That's the first time it's gotten 100%. So that's kind of cool. Okay, is it friendly? Is there a park? And honestly, I'm not sure what is going on, but like, do you guys use a different word for playground? Like, there's no, okay, there's a public school up here. Is that literally the only public school? My goodness. Oh my goodness. And is there even, that's a high school. Okay. Oh yeah, there's a park. Okay, I found a school. Yay, me. Okay. Okay, directions from the fairs. Okay, it's an 11-minute walk. You know, that's actually not as bad as I thought it was going to be. 11 plus is still 0. 0. Okay, neighborhood fit. So I'm not sure. So this street. So it looks like this street's probably relatively busy. This street's definitely busy. This is probably a quieter street. However, there is all this industrial here, so like I don't know how much, but I mean, it doesn't really matter. Right now, I live pretty close to a train yard. You haven't heard a train yet, so there's that. Okay, sorry. So neighborhood fit, values, crime. What is this town called? It's called Port Colborne. Port Colborne crime map. Okay, I'm just gonna go. Okay. That didn't help at all. Thank you, random place. Okay, again, remember, for the most part, you can just type in what you're looking for, and then it'll kind of give you a crime map. So right here, this is the one I use for St. Catharines, and it actually is looking pretty good. So I see a little dot here. It's property theft, but for the most part, it's actually, I'm not seeing anything else. So from a value standpoint, I would give it a 50, because it does look like there's quite a bit of activity over there. So I don't know if I want my kids out and about, but I guess I do have a backyard. Let's keep it a 50. Okay, so that brings us to a 72.5. So you can see here now that we have 3 very different properties. So if we scroll over here to the matrix, and that's why I always say that this really leads by logic, Let me just change this so that I am no longer sharing this so that I can show you a little bit bigger what this looks like. I'm just going to move myself over. And I'm going to separate the view so that you can see more. Okay, here we go. Alrighty, so you can see property 1, that was an 85, okay? Remember, that was the one that was the apartment building, okay? And then 83, that's the mobile park home that we saw. And then 72, that's the duplex that we saw over by the water. So you'll see here, 85, 83, 72. We use the exact same template against every single one of them. That's the power of this matrix. That's the power of using decisions in a logical way. However, gut always wins. At the very end of the day, you could walk in and this 85.5 property, you walk in, you're like, nope, it's not going to work. It's too small. I feel like I'm going to die. Okay, cut it. I don't care if it's 100%. If your gut doesn't say go for it, do not go for it. But then you walk into this duplex and you're like, you know what? Yeah, it's a little bit rough around the edges, but you know what? I can really see myself growing here. And I love that there's a beach nearby. And I love the idea of living in a town. Yeah, is it almost 2 hours away from my work? Yes, but I'll find a new job, So it really all depends. After you do the review, then you use the gut. But I just want to show you one other thing here. If you come over here and you actually decide, hey, the fact that walking trails is way more important to me, right? So if we were to give it a 10%, right? And again, that's up to, let's just do 11% just to make it easy on me. So now you'll see that some actually creeped up and some stayed basically where they were, and another really rose to the challenge, right? So you'll really quickly see where your priorities live. But that's the beauty of this sheet. Anyway, so after everything, basically I just want to say thank you so much for sticking around. I know that took a really long time. That was an hour long. I will do better making it shorter next time. But I just wanted to share that I've got this tool, and if you want me to evaluate what you're shopping for, please fill out that form, and I'm more than happy to make a video for you, and then also share that spreadsheet with you. That's my way of making sure that people are picking homes that actually make them happy, as opposed to burning them up inside, because we don't like that. So anyway, long story short, thank you so much for sticking around. If you can and want to, please subscribe or follow me on Facebook. I'm just starting out, so any help is appreciated. And if you have people who like to scroll and want to tell them how to use their brains a little bit better, send them my way and I will evaluate them. And then I will not evaluate them. I'll evaluate their choices. I'll evaluate their wish list based on the market that they're in. And then hopefully we can find something for them. Thank you so much. Hi. Bye-bye now.